I'm sorry.
Every time I open, I look like a prisoner. I'm naked for some reason. I don't know why the prisoner would be naked, but I'm naked.
Hello. Mate, I never, every time, because it's always well awkward, because obviously you hit record and all the buttons, you press all these things, and then you've got to get sat in the seat, put the headphones on.
Hope the cat doesn't hit the stop button.
Mate, this cat needs to chill. Hello. Mate, it's a bit weird. I know when we have someone here, it's like, I feel like I'm like really far away from you, because there's like a big old gap there now.
Now you've pointed it out, it's kind of made it, yeah.
I feel very distant. Man. But how you going? How's it going? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Got the week off work, keeping myself busy. Obviously, moving date for my new place is coming up, and that's a lot of positive things.
And you got the dates mixed up.
Yeah, I got the date mixed up. I mean, I was always going to do that. Just look at the email again. I'm moving in so many weeks, not next week.
Yeah, I get a message like, "Yo, bro, moving. Can you help me? You about these days?" I'm like, "Do you know what, bro? Yeah, I could do that. Let me see you today." I'm like, "Yeah, call them dates, yeah." And you're like, "Nah, see, the thing is,
what it is, yeah."
The thing is, those dates I said, they're like the same, but just a week later.
Yeah, it's just the process. It said like the 9th of June, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's the first week of June." Obviously, it's not.
Yeah,
so.
Mate, it's mad.
Yeah, so obviously it's my birthday Thursday as well.
Well, it'd be 2 weeks after, so we'll say happy birthday now.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Happy birthday.
27. You know what I mean?
Mate, don't get me started.
I'm using all the anti-aging creams and all that, so hopefully it slows it down.
The thing is, if you get on that early enough, I didn't get on it like soon enough, but
no, you still got time.
Thanks, man. I appreciate
apparently
that.
you start aging at like 25. So
really,
how scary is that?
I feel like you're born and you just. This sounds really fucking obvious, but you're born and you just get older. Like from the moment you're born, really, yeah? You just get old.
Unless you're Benjamin Button. Yeah,
I realised in my head that sounded really like intelligent and really like thought provoking. If the moment you're born, you just get older, but it doesn't.
I felt like you had an idea there, and it didn't come. It
definitely didn't work the way I wanted it to, man. But yeah, it was good last week, obviously, to have Lloyd back on.
How are you? First of all, how are you doing? You know, answer this.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. No, I'm cool. I'm had a couple stressful weeks, like just trying to juggle, doing the whole fucking juggling thing, trying to do a lot of different things, and but yeah, no, I'm cool, man. I'm cool. I find it a bit easier. Knowing we're doing this like every other week now, opposed to doing it every week. It makes it a bit easier because I remember when we're doing it obviously every week, it gets quite difficult because you in the back of your head, you're like, all right, cool, and even like this room. Our studio, our fucking studio. But like, it's also like if you're working and doing stuff, and then you've got to then transform the room into like a podcast room, and you got to transform it back, and then you got to put it. Yeah, it's quite. It sounds like a lot, but when it's just us two,
I feel like it fits better for both of us as well. Because thankfully, you're like me. Like for example, we could say, oh yeah, if we're doing it alternative weeks now, we'll plan more material. We'll do it this way. But we both know we're both busy, and it doesn't come to
anyway. It's hard.
So at least we're on the same wavelength there, you know.
And the thing is that I speak to someone because someone else was looking. Like to be fair, quite a few people have reached out about doing podcasts. Like, and it's a really cool thing. I think everyone should just do it because it's great to have an output.
Definitely.
Or fucking encourage it. But I always say like it's really good when you first start a podcast because you've got loads of shit you want to get off your chest.
It,
do you know what I mean? You've got all these topics that you haven't spoke about, and you're like, yes, this is my time.
Yeah.
And you do the first few episodes, you're fucking smashing it. Yeah. You got all these stories, and then like as like you continue, it just gradually gets.
Yeah,
like,
man. I guess it's what Jay-Z and Beyonce feel like. I mean, we relate to them, so it's a similar process, isn't it? It's just writer's block.
You know,
when you look back, I mean, Magaluf. Fucking all the stupid little stories.
But I think back to obviously when you.
What's his name?
Portuguese Jow.
Yeah, Portuguese Jow.
But yeah, I was thinking like when obviously you guys come on because you were talking about when you treading like the dog shit in the garden barefoot, and that seems like fucking yesterday. But yeah, it's been like it. And another interesting stat I see about podcast is apparently most podcasts don't get past episode 3. So I can't remember, 97%. It's a ridiculous stat. Machine Man Tim posted it, and he said like the podcasts are created every day, however many. And he said like 97% of them don't make it past episode 3. And if I'm right in thinking, this is episode 26. So I feel like we're defying.
26 or 27.
Yeah, either way, we're in the 20. We're close to 30. You're close to 30 in more ways than one, ain't you?
Hey, man. Hey. It's 27. It's my 27th birthday, man. It's meant to be.
Yes, sir. But yeah, sorry. I was saying like obviously with Lloyd having him on, I feel like I don't know one thing I really envy about him Like one thing that, and I think this every time I chat to him is that he's so like he articulates his points like really really well.
He does,
and it's something that I just think whatever the topic is thrown at him, like there was like last episode we did, there was a few things that we said to him, and he was a bit like he, even if he was just put on the spot, he just articulated himself well. So yeah, shout out Lloyd.
Shout out Lloyd, man, the charisma coach. And I find with him as well, I feel so bad, man, when he kind of like made me wear. I met with him the other day as well.
Do you know what I was gonna say?
So sorry, man.
I even named the podcast "Walk with Me." I put in manifestation, like I'm being told, manifest it into the air. You know, I put "Walk with Me." I mentioned it. I talked about it. What the fuck are you
Why
doing?
does he look like he's trying to dry hump your plant?
I don't know, man. Let it happen. Yeah. Oh, you met up again.
Forgive me, man. That's why I tried to. I think I messaged you like the following day. Yeah, man, we need to meet up. I just feel like you're so busy with your schedule and all, so I don't.
Mate.
You know what I mean? But
I was sat at home just twiddling my thumbs, being like, I hope I get to walk soon.
looking at new cat toys or something.
Yeah, mate. Basically. But yeah, so you met up with him.
Yeah, I did, and like you said, he articulates himself well. Is what I find with him as well. For someone with like on the knowledge of just general communication that he has, he never kind of makes you feel dumb for I find all the time he uses terms and I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, oh, so it means blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, but what does that mean?
Yeah.
It's nice to have people like that around you. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not afraid to like if I don't understand something,
Yeah. But he's always good to have on, and it was good to have him because as I said, it's good as well because I feel like as we were saying, like we're doing podcasts, you sometimes get on and you're a bit like, all right, sweet. What are we talking about? And then sometimes like you're not chomping at the bit. There's like I don't really focus on a lot of the shit that's going on in the world, like with all of the
likewise
current affairs. So I feel like if you were paying attention to all that stuff, you'd come in, you'd have a do you know what I mean, an opinion on it. Whereas to have someone else's like just their fucking career and their shit they're choosing to do, it's interesting, man. It's interesting. I definitely want to get some more people on. Like if anyone watches this and they want to fucking talk shit on it, please holler, because I just find it interesting, man.
Definitely. And I think something that you find from doing this as well, there's a lot of people that you've even known for years that are doing something and you're like, shit, I gotta have them on the pod. That's actually really interesting what they do. And I've known them for years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's cool.
Definitely.
But yeah, as I said, loads of people are looking to do podcasts now. But it is hard. Like I was quite lucky that I had like a setup already. Yeah. And obviously I've got the equipment. But I think if you were just starting off from scratch, if you just said tomorrow, say we didn't have this set up, you had no equipment, you just went, I want to start a podcast.
Yeah.
It on one hand it is easy because you can just record it through your phone if you wanted to and figure shit out. But to actually like to buy the stuff and
it's not that cheap. You know, you can't just do it through your laptop speaker.
And it's a bit like, and you obviously don't want that. I don't know. I'm not saying it's like the highest quality, but it's just from having a mic, for example, having mics and having it recording through a device, and then actually being able to upload it and understand the channels. If you're not very I don't know. Yeah,
exactly that. I mean, I even thought, have you ever Rory and Mal me?
Rory and Mal.
Rory and Mal. Is it Rory and Mal?
No, Rory and Mal.
I'm surprised you ain't talking about Rory and Mal. But
mate,
a lot of people know about it. But
that podcast. Mate, but do you know what? And it's really interesting because obviously you know early on in the podcast with Dale.
Yeah.
And with like obviously he didn't get booted off. I always said he was welcome back.
Yeah.
He did come. He come back for remember he come back for a couple of episodes. But watching all that unfold with like Joe Budden and Rory and Mal.
You're not going to say it's relatable.
No, it's not relatable. But what I mean is that they were all friends, like I was with Dale.
That's true, yeah.
And obviously there was no money.
Did it make you feel guilty?
No, I didn't feel guilty because it but what I was saying is that I thought Joe Budden was in the wrong with all of that. If anyone doesn't know what any of this talk about, like allow us for a minute. But yeah, I thought Joe Budden was in the wrong 1,000,000%. But some of the stuff he was saying, I understood. So he was saying like, I'm out here doing this, doing that, doing this. You turn up, you're unprepared, you don't know this stuff, and you're then questioning me about these bits and pieces. So I'm not saying Dale was doing anything wrong, but what I mean is that when you look from a business point of view, you go, all right, sweet. So I'm going out and getting these deals. I'm going out and getting that.
Yeah, I understand
and it.
it.
Be a two-way
so
street,
basically, to add a little bit more context as well, so Joe Budden was previously a rapper.
Great rapper.
Yeah, he was a successful rapper as well. Created a podcast with two people called Rory and Mal. and had him on for quite some time.
Mal's really funny word. I've never said Mal.
Yeah, I'm saying
no, but it just sounds funny, doesn't it? So,
but yeah, I think they started off on like SoundCloud or something like that, didn't they? And like they had quite a strong input, but basically Joe Budden's fight was, well, it's my name that's pushed the podcast where it is. I could have just had two guys without him, but it is a bit of a weird one because obviously Joe Budden does have a name and did have a name when he started it, but I still feel like they had an input. And that adds value to what they've done.
The thing is that the reason why it's a bit mad with the whole thing is that the podcast was, so it didn't actually start with Mal wasn't on it to begin with. There was originally a woman on there, I forgot her name, Mary or something like that, but she was on there for like the first, I want to say like 18 episodes or something. Joe kicked her off, kind of similar to what he did to Rory Mal. He kicked her off for whatever reason. I don't know the whole. There's loads of stories about it. I don't know what the truth is. And then they got Maul on just to fill the gap for a bit, and then it clicked. But in the whole podcast was built around the chemistry of, like, there's another guy called Parks on there as well, but they've got like a whole like little group of them. But it was all like like really tight friendship. They go on there, they're bantering each other, they're having a good and they're just friends. Do you know what I mean? And people who were listening felt a part of that friendship group because they felt a part of it. So then so that's why I thought it was really wild that Joe Budden just kind of went, well, I built this and it's Joe Budden podcast, because it isn't that, like, people would have bought, people do, don't get me wrong, Joe Budden is like he's that
podcast king,
and he's that really big character, and he is interested. When he's talking on a subject, you want to hear his point of view.
Because he's savage with it. He doesn't care. But like, correct me if I'm wrong, so basically they turned around and said to him, well, we want this cut of money, which they were right to do.
They didn't even want that, so they wanted to see the finances. So again, there's loads of different variations of it. So, but from what I understand is that, so Rory, he does like accounting and shit, and he's in the music industry and everything, whatever. So, but Rory and Mal had in their contract, they had a percentage basis. So they have the podcast and they earn a percentage of whatever the X figure is. So they were getting given a wage. Like, so they're getting, so let's say you're getting 40%. I go, there's your 40%. There's your 40%. And then you just go, so can I just look at the books to see
if I'm getting that 40? Yeah,
just more to probably double check. And I think there was accounting errors in the past. And then Joe was just like, what, you don't trust me?
Oh, okay.
Do you see what I mean? So I don't think they were actually asked for more money. They weren't doing anything. They just wanted to see the books and they wanted to understand it. And there was a few decisions, I think, that were made and a few things that happened. And it all got a bit messy. But
you don't know what happens behind closed doors. You know what I mean? He's like, historically, people know him for being a bit cutthroat. So
yeah, but it's mad, because I do think if like I've never been in that situation really. But now if you're doing a business and you're doing it with friends, and it's a really profitable business. But there is one person that's driving it. Yeah. But you all have an equal input into the business, but there's one person that's driving it and is almost whether you like it or not, they're the decision maker. So Joe Budden is the decision maker. Whether you like it or not, whether you agree he should be he's the decision maker. Yeah. But it must be really difficult because when you're friends, it's almost like...
Exactly. But to be honest, if there was a boardroom meeting, they're not looking at the other guys to make the decision, are they? They're going to be looking directly at him, probably making more eye contact with him. But for example, if we were making a lot of money, I mean, we make obviously quite a bit of money on this. But I wouldn't ask for like 50-50, because obviously it's your setup. Obviously it was your idea in the first place. We'd probably owe Dale a little bit of money
Do you know what's funny?
Royalties.
I told you Dale come up with a name. Anybody?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So shout out Dale. Dale was doing very well with music in a minute, man. So
So I think it's all worked out how it's meant to. I feel like Dale come off here and then focus on the music.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is dope. So
I feel like being on this show. Podcast kind of gave him the limelight to like.
Yeah, we gave him the springboard into his.
That's it. That's what catapulted him.
His podcast gave him the springboard to his music. But I think it is hard. I think anything like if you're dealing with like friendships and business, it's really interesting. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but Chipmunk actually said something. Obviously, Chip, I fucking love him. Yeah, of course. But he said something really interesting. He was saying that when he first came into like the music industry, he thought that was the way. He was like, don't trust. Do you know what I mean? Don't trust so and so. Get people who are separate. He was saying don't. He was saying don't. So he was saying he come full circle. So when he started his career, he said he went to he got all managers that were separate to his thing, and he said he got across his whole career, he got fucked over by absolutely everyone along the whole route. And he said so now where he's at in his present moment. The people who are his management, all of the people who employees are in part of like his obviously label or how whatever his setup is are all family, friends, and everything. And he says that he had to learn all them lessons, but he doesn't believe in that whole don't mix business and family, because he was saying that when shit goes south, they're the people he relies on.
Yeah,
he wants to know that they've got his back, and he was saying with all the other things he had, they obviously didn't have that. So it's fucking different for everyone, isn't it? I guess.
Yeah, but then again, for example, like with your business, if you had a family member like running, like we'll say like your PA, for example, or you've been offered this job, I think you should do this for this reason. Sometimes they might act out of emotion. Do you know what I mean? Or
yeah, but I think. But sometimes that again, there's pros and cons to that, though, isn't it? I guess if someone acts on emotion, they're not willing to gamble your money because they know the repercussions of that.
Yeah.
But then if someone is not emotionally invested, then they're maybe more like, yeah, that's all right, we'll fucking chuck money there because we'll see what happens. Because if it goes to shit, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of music artists in particular that are like independent, and I just think like that seems so stressful. Obviously, I don't know anything about it, but you'd assume, because obviously there's a lot of like management that would go along with being an artist. So to like manage like yourself, that's just,
mate, it's a lot. But I think and I don't know, I'm not going to talk like I know the whole music industry, but I know like there's a thing at the moment where a lot of people will preach that they're independent, but they're not. They're like it's almost like being independent is cool now. It's like fucking I'm my own boss. But there's like these contracts, isn't there, where it's almost like where it's like you're signed to a label, but you're independently signed to a label, and you'll see like a lot of people now,
like
they'll have their
Tracy. People get onto AJ Tracy about it.
But people have their own record label, but it's assigned to a record label. So like you've got and I might be wrong in this. I want to point this out as well, because people have called me out and stuff. Someone's like, well, you said this and that wasn't it. And I'm like, this is not a place to come for facts. And if I tell a story and I mix up part of it, come on, man. Like I'm just fucking talking to a mic and a camera in a room with my friend. Like I'm not a fucking news reporter. But yeah, like so Stormzy, he's obviously got his murky thing, but he's signed to a record now. I think he's signed to
Sony.
Sony, but he's signed to Sony. But my point is that if you think it's Stormzy, I know he doesn't claim to be independent, but what I'm saying is that he has his murky.
Is that tied to Sony then?
Yeah,
or
well,
not independent?
He might be a bad example because I don't know for a fact, but I know there's like another good one is Token, American rapper. Yeah. So he has this thing called Never Too Different now, which is like his record label where he signed people, but that's signed to is it Columbia? Yeah, Columbia. The one, yeah. So is that label is signed to Columbia. Token is signed to Columbia. Like, but it's like he has his own label, so it's just a really fucking. So what I'm trying to say is that people talk about like, I'm independent, like, and this and that, but you're not.
And like.
That sounded really horrible, but you're not.
Yeah, no, that's true though. I see a lot of people as well. The latest thing is like obviously royalties that you see in the media with like music and that. Oh yeah, I want to own all my royalties and whatnot and blah blah blah. But if a label, for example, say if you were signed to a music label tomorrow, and they'll go, we're investing $1 million into you now, and that's what we're pumping into you.
Yeah.
Like you need to do 2 albums or something. You might not recuperate all of that money back. They might not make the profit, so therefore they're not going to be so inclined to. I honestly find the music, like I would love to learn more about that whole management because I think it's really fascinating. But they'll shout us.
Yeah, bell us. But but yeah, I look at there's a lot to do with like the deals, which I'm like is fucking mad. Like so because. There's again, Royce 5'9" said it on a song. He said like it's all when he says you own your masters, boys. What's your masters worth?
Yeah.
So if let's say I go and record an album now, and I'm like I own my masters.
Yeah.
But no one's streaming my music, so it's not worth anything. So is it better to sell your masters or not sell them, but like give a percentage away or however it works, but then make it so they're actually worth something because they get given a platform, or do you go no? Do you know what? Fuck everyone. They're my masters. No one else having them. I'm going to record my songs, but then no one fucking hears them, no one listens to them, and they're not worth anything. So, but also I see about the advances that they give, and like how they don't go very far. Like so they give. So again, it's because there's a bunch of people I hear talk about stuff like Hopson's another one. He got given like so he got given $100,000 advance. So they go.
That's nothing as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So but that
dollars as well.
Yes, but imagine that just being dropped in. Someone just goes, "All right, we want an album from you. We're gonna give you $100,000 now. We're gonna what's your bank details? Put it in your bank now. If you do that, we just want your album. We'll own the album, or whatever it is, or whatever the stipulations. Shit. But the idea of just being given $100,000 in your bank right now, and you're broke. Say you're broke and you've got no money. You can't afford to fucking your heating on. You can't do any of that stuff, and someone dangles that carrot of $100,000. We'll do it right now. You have the money. You can do it. But then realistically, to that, as you said, it's nothing.
Yeah.
But someone could need it so bad that they get exploited.
Yeah, exactly that. But just generalizing, like if you believed in your like craft that much and what you were doing, like hopefully you'd have the common sense to kind of say no. Obviously, he said no idea. But one guy I'm hoping you know about this is Joyner Lucas.
Yeah.
He posted saying like I think his first advance was $25,000. And he bought his mum. What did he buy his mum? Like he fixed his mum's teeth or something random.
Yeah,
like, again, I'm probably making that up. I don't know. Like,
that's an insult.
Yeah.
Fixed her teeth.
Sorry for your mum's teeth.
For fine.
That wrong. Yeah. So basically, if you get money, you better fix your mum's teeth first.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But you get your money, and like that's what I'm saying. So $25,000's even less. But if you had $100,000, you go, all right, cool. I need to get a car. All right, so let's say you're gonna spend $15,000 on the car. Yeah. But if you get a car, just if you're now a rapper, you've got the image, right? You can't just go buy any car. You got to buy something that's like you can't. And it's like, all right, cool. I need to sort out my living conditions. So then you're gonna put a deposit down, but it's also got to act as your salary. Do you know what I mean? It's got to act as your salary to. It's not just like your money and then more money comes next month. $100,000 advance is like you can have more when the album's finished, and then that might even still be a percentage mode based on how well it does. It's just fucked, man. But I saw. Did you see the P Diddy thing?
I did. I'm so glad you brought it up because that's what I lost in my mind. Yeah, it was Sting.
Yeah, I don't know. Again,
So
this is one of them things
man.
where I don't know if it's like true. I see the clip.
It's on the internet, so it's true. Isn't it?
Yeah. That's what I mean. So I don't want to be like, this is facts. It's grand. But yeah, the fact that with that the song to Biggie, what's it called? I'll Be Missing You. I'm trying to think what it's called. I'll Be Missing You didn't clear the sample, and now Sting gets 100% of the royalties. But
he seems like so intelligent when it comes to business. So I don't understand that. I think maybe there's more to it, surely.
Yeah, that's why I kind of don't believe it. I feel like he's
getting some source of income from that, surely.
Yeah, but also I think with that song, like maybe the stance is that that song wasn't about making money.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
also that song, I'd see someone post this on, I think it was like on the post on Leave, and they were saying that helped springboard him into people knowing who he was. A music
career as opposed to like a backup dancer.
Yeah, it's opposed to him being like the producer and all of that. I feel like that's, there are loads of songs which he's fucking on, but I just mean that was like a standout song of his career.
Yeah. To be fair, like if you look back, he was still doing bits with like Mace and stuff like that, but again, he was known as like the dancer, weren't he?
Mate, no, because he.
Is that right, or was that after?
No, it wasn't really like people did take.
Not that dancer, but I mean, he was known as that guy.
He was just
the producer.
Do you know the funniest thing? And I encourage anyone to do this. And I did it. I only noticed it like when I was driving the other day. Go and listen to "Juicy" by Biggie, and no word of a lie from start to finish. There's not a section of the song where P Diddy isn't doing ad libs on it. The whole song from start to finish, he's just going, oh, yeah. It's that all the way through, like, and it's so fucked because obviously I've heard that song millions of times, and it's so funny how you pick up different things, different songs at different times. But if you listen to the Juicy, anyone listens to it, go listen to it now and listen to the ad libs. P Diddy is just doing it. I don't
understand it.
But what I don't understand is that the songs, obviously, I think that's the greatest hip hop song.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, if it's not the best,
for me, it's up there with "Keep Your Head Up" by Tupac. That for me is a favorite Tupac song.
Yeah. But it's that. But my point is that you can't really it's for us to be like, whoa, why do you do them ad libs? Because clearly it fucking worked.
He was intelligent. He knew what he was. Have you seen the film when he shows him the beat? And he's like, listen, you need something for the radio, rah. And the initial one he plays, I don't know if like the original was out there somewhere, but like obviously he mixed it and changed it up a bit, but it was like proper cheesy, like
yeah. And it's mad that obviously how it come about, like because obviously Biggie was this New York kind of drug dealer, but yeah, I don't understand how that conversation would have gone of being like, right, Biggie comes in being like, I made the change from a common thief.
Yeah.
And it's spitting these fucking, like, the greatest rap verse of all time. And P. Diddy goes, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that's sick. I really love what you've done there. Put the mic on. Let me get in there. Let me just add a little sauce to it. And he just gets in there and you just saying, oh yeah, so good. Yeah, oh yeah. He just does that the whole way through from start to finish. And I'm like, why was that like allowed? Why?
Yeah. Is it like a UK comparison? I don't think there is there?
What, for someone just like someone like
Diddy kind of figure, like a
do you
manager.
know?
Because Bouncer, like for example, from Play Dirty, doesn't do all of that. It would be the same with him, like getting in the videos and like doing ad libs and all that, wouldn't it?
You have like a lot of times now the music producers, don't they? Music producers try and get, so Still Bangles is one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Like, so he's a producer, but you see him, he's like almost like the front man. He's in the videos. He's doing his own projects, but kind of similar to, I guess, like DJ. I don't know if it's the same as DJ Khaled, but no, that same thing where it's like he's got independent artists on his projects.
Yeah, to be fair, with people like DJ Khaled, maybe naturally all other producers have kind of seen there's a lot more they can do to get in the public eye and push their music naturally.
You got to think that, and again, not talk about the music industry, I don't know, but I'm pretty certain like the way it should work is if once the song's out there, the producer should get 50, artist gets 50, it should be a 50-50 split. That's what it should be. I know that isn't always the case. I know like there's obviously a lot more to it. What I'm saying is that it should be just as feasible for a music producer to make obviously great money. But you think of a music artist's income, it doesn't just come from the stream of the song. Yeah. It's also down to like touring, merch, like all this stuff. So what I'm saying is that so the DJ Khaled or Still Bangles, they're almost creating their own like their own revenue streams rather than just being a producer and being like, I'll give you the beat and just take my 50. They're almost going, all right, sweet, I'm going to front it up and I'm going to be able to do my own tour and I'm going to sell my own merch, I'm going to be able to do my own sets, I'm going to be able to do my own shit. It's kind of smart, I guess.
Does DJ Khaled tour?
Yeah, he does. He does like. Do you never see him on the stage? I don't know. Like, I don't know what the tours are, but I think he gets booked for like. So it won't be like the DJ Khaled tour, but he'll do like the kind of like Tim Westwood used to do like in the UK where he'll So I know he did like I think it's the Beyonce tour. So what he would do is he'd be
do a set.
He'd be on the lineup. So he would go on there.
That's common. That's common.
Yeah,
it was with I can't remember. Yeah, I saw Jay-Z live and they had it with a DJ, and it's good to be fair. But the reason why I asked that, I could never kind of see Wembley like DJ Khaled just there on his own.
Yeah,
like obviously he's great, like, but unless he's got like the artists on his album, like what's he gonna do? Obviously he'll play absolute bangers, and probably a lot of people will go. But I mean, for like stage presence and that,
it's very different, isn't it? It's very different. Yeah, I can't say I would go to a DJ Khaled concert personally, but I'm sure that people. I'm sure people would.
I mean, if he was coming to one of the local pubs and that, I'd go. Do you know what I mean?
No, but he is the type of person who'll do a club night.
Was it Crawford Arms and all those? MK
oh, maybe he's never come and saw it. But yeah, if we went somewhere like there, yeah, I'd go. But yeah, I can't picture it, as you said, him doing a Wembley. And it's just DJ Khaled with a set of decks. And the thing is that now he just fucking... I even think with his albums, he obviously is an executive producer, and I do think he must have a lot of input. But I think at the stage he's at now, it's almost like the name and like the art is kind of almost like
they come together, they collaborate.
They come together, and he's almost like the puppeteer of the opposed to it
he's bringing the artists together. To be fair,
that's what I think. I don't know that, and I feel like he's probably produced that whole thing, worked really hard, and I'm seeing him be like, yeah, he don't do
Ghost
fuck all.
Ghost wrote all the lyrics
again. This is my thing again. There's no fact that I don't know. I just like, but how I picture it, you just see DJ Khaled on a jet ski on fucking chipping about. Someone said they saw a video of him wrestling a crocodile or something. I didn't see it, but someone posted. I think it was on Twitter, being like, I just see a video of DJ Khaled wrestling a crocodile, and I was like, why? Why?
I can't remember it word for word, so I'm not going to try to attempt it. But he was on the radio recently. It was fucking jokes as well. He's been exercising for as long as I can remember. Like, I don't know if you've got him on Snapchat. Yeah, he's always exercising. He's never lost weight. And they kind of, I don't know if they questioned him on this, but he just basically thinks it's still healthy, even though if he's still fat, he doesn't lose any weight. He just still exercises. Like, just how counterproductive. I feel like he's got
bigger.
That?
Yeah, I feel like he's got bigger. Yeah. Like, it's fucking mad. But he's. I find it so interesting when not just artists, but when people just had this massive blow up, because again, how do you? Again, he must be like a very smart man to a certain extent. He must have a really, really good ear.
He's so marketable as well, isn't he?
But this is what I mean. But he isn't someone who you know if you met. Let's just say DJ Khaled was fucking like Dave Khaled, and you're on a night out and you see DJ Khaled, this big kind of fucking big guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like DJ Khaled, and he's just he's just playing you the songs, and he's just shouting. If you heard that without knowing anything, now it's got the name and it's got the reputation. That's now an iconic thing. Exactly. I get that, but imagine Dave Khaled comes up to you and he goes, "Oh, Brad, I fucking got a new mixtape out." And you're like, "Oh, really, Dave? I want to hear it." He goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, I'll take I'm talking like years. Get your laughing gear around this." But no, he's like, he gives you a fucking mixtape, and you open the first song, and it's just him going, DJ Khaled, like shouting DJ Khaled over songs. Yeah, we the best music, and he's just shouting that. You would be like, what the fuck is going on? So I don't understand how
it's different. Americans do it different, though, don't they?
No, of course, I know that
it's equivalent to us.
Yeah, of course.
We've got Pete and Baz and stuff like that, man.
But I wonder how like it gets to the point of that becomes. Do you know what I mean? Like how's that get there?
Maybe like when he was starting off for like in these little like bars and stuff, he wasn't moving like that. Surely, you know what I mean?
But that's what I mean. So what was
He's probably shouting something else?
I feel like maybe I should pay attention, but like because I'm sure there's some knowledge there to pick up. I'm like, okay, if he wasn't doing that stuff, why did he think it was okay to do that when he blew up?
Because I think he.
Do you know what I mean? No, you come up just doing it all properly, and then you go, all right, cool. I've got an idea. Yeah. Like what? I'm going to shout my name over every single song. You'd be like, I don't.
The thing is, in America, it's probably normal to them. But when we hear it in the UK and all the other countries, it's a bit of a gimmick, ain't it, at first? When we didn't really know was, oh, you had this guy, rah. And it becomes that. And then he's a household name after that. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you look at people like DJ Drama, great producer, whatever. He's a producer as well, and he's not just a DJ. But yeah, he's not got the same name. And it's simply because I think, I may be wrong, obviously DJ Khaled does great music, but the gimmick and like how marketable that he is, and he plays into it.
Yeah, of course, but do you remember like and again, this American thing, like they were hosted by different DJs and different things, and that's when they had all the shouting over it.
That's it.
Which I get that, because it is like, it's almost getting the stamp of approval from that DJ. So they're the hype man on that mixtape. They used to do like, there's loads of them. My point is that DJ Khaled isn't hyping up. He's hyping his own. He's not. He's given his own stamp of approval to his own project, which is very different. If I was to make a mixtape in America and I had DJ Khaled on it, shouting DJ Khaled, we the best, and you'd be like, he was given his stamp.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's different. So I'm just like with him, it's like he's
an upcoming artist, and they get the DJ Khaled on the start. They think they've made.
He's shouting, and I'm again not knocking it. It's like fair play, but I don't understand. I just would love to know. I'd love to know like how that happens. How's it fucking happen, mate? I don't understand.
We need to experiment with this, man.
I do, mate. I do.
I'll get some decks when I move into my place.
Honestly, out of all the things I thought we'd talk about today, I didn't think we'd talk about DJ Khaled.
Yeah, man. Shit happens.
But
one thing I wanted to, it doesn't really go where, I just kind of wanted to see if you have any input on it. But some of the music that UK producers are producing as of recent and that, why do we never hear like absolutely like banging tune and go, oh, who produced that? Rah. Why do you think that? I don't kind of really understand that.
I feel like, I don't get it either. There's so many brilliant producers. We've said this before, haven't we? About UK producers. I think are just fucking at the moment. Like I feel like the real soulful sampling and the really clever samples being used now. Like you see it happen now, like in a commercial way with Heady One. Stormzy's done it on a couple, I think, and there's a few artists which have been really smart with.
Even like drill, man. I'm hearing it with drill quite a lot. Obviously, there's a kind of, again, I sound like an idiot, similar like drum patterns and stuff like that. But when they step outside of like the basics, man, I have like there's one with Millions. I think it's called These Streets Don't Love You, and I think it's by like a producer called Fanatics. Like the beat. Man.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like that's one of my favorite things. I don't think it gets enough credit. Is that when a sound, so drill, as you said, I find drill really like it's not. It's just. I'm not the demographic that I'm sure drill's aimed at, so it's not. This is me saying this isn't a knock on drill. Like drill, I think it's got its place, but I I think it all sounds really similar. Like, I think the flows are very similar and very, but then a producer will come and, as I said, flip that sound on his head. It's still drill, but it sounds fresh.
He's got
it
a
sounds
sample in there.
It sounds new. But if you, and this is where I think the producers don't get enough credit, because I think like sometimes the artists don't make it original and new. Maybe they didn't put on the beat. I don't know. But I just mean from listening to it, I'm like, the beat has made that sound brand new, fresh. Something that palatable for me, like someone like me who isn't involved in any of that stuff can listen to. And that's the trick, and I feel like that's where producers don't get the credit, because that's such a skill to be able to take a sound and flip it on his head. Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel like, in some sense, again, I may be way off of this, but adding a sample to it, like a catchy sample, is almost trying to make it more marketable and push it towards like the popular genre in some ways. For example, if I play a drill song to my mum, but there's like a decent sample on there. Obviously, there's not going to be nothing soppy in that, but it's catchy. It's like the most obvious one at the minute be on Tion Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With Body.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, saying that, I was driving with my mum and I had in the passenger side the other day. She was like, "What is this noise?" I was like, "Mum, this is a #1 in the UK and Australia. That's what that noise is."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's fucking mad. It's mad. It's mad. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think like now it's become, this is what I mean, but this is where the game will have to change again. So now it's almost like, I feel like a common thing that I'm hearing is that old school sample, which is kind of like a commercial pop song, flipped on his head to make it fit within a drill. And it's cool and it's great, but now that's been done. I'm not saying and continue to do it because it sounds fucking brilliant. I'm a big fan of it. But then there needs to be something else now which has got to be flipped on his head to make. Do you see what I mean? Like, so the one that comes to my head is the Heady One song that is called Both. But what's the sample on it? That's the one that I think the first one I heard. I can't remember who the sample is, but no, but you know it's
Oh baby, are you out on it? That's
yeah,
not
yeah,
Both.
yeah.
Is that Both?
Yeah. But my point is that I think that was the first time I'd heard
like from a garage sample, is it?
Nah, I feel like we'll get wound up if we keep on.
I think it is from a garage sample.
Yeah, but my point is that it's a real like people know the song, and so when you hear that, and the song's sick. I actually really like that song. Yeah. But yeah, that was a real creative way to flip drill. In my head, I was just like, it's fucking genius, like so smart.
Yeah, it's just put like I said again, pushing it onto the radio and stuff like that, man. But I was listening to it might have even been Tion Wayne with Body, and the amount of like outtakes, like it's just mad. It ruins it.
Yeah.
Like do a clean version, mate. I don't know if there's a clean version again, but for whichever reason the radio weren't playing it. So I was like, it ruins the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, completely.
Yeah, but I suppose the thing is, it's probably not considered when they're making it. They're just trying to fucking make a sick song and saying whatever the fuck they want to say. But again, trying to make it palatable. Yeah. And the best it could be. But the thing is with that, you say it doesn't sound as good. It's still fucking doing all the shit it needs to do, right?
Yeah, exactly. When I say it doesn't sound as good, I just mean simply as in that it's breaking up the song. You can't like it goes off the flow a little bit. Do you know what I mean? When they start like.
I know what you mean. Yeah, when you just beep over and they just skip the words, don't they? Let's say it. Yeah. If Eminem could find a way to make his like songs when he first come out, like sound all right when they're fucking, surely we can fucking fix like a couple of words or whatever. But yeah, it's mad. But yeah, I do agree. I don't think UK producers especially don't get the credit. I don't understand why. But that's the thing. Like again, Steel Bangles is the only one I can think of. I'm sure there's others. You've got Fumes the engineer, haven't you?
He's doing very well at the minute. Actually,
there's a few people now which are like they're almost becoming like the face of their craft, which is sick, and that's the only way, in my opinion, that people will start. They need to be more like I don't know. I'd say to get the credit. That's probably bollocks, but I suppose you're more readily to give people accolades when they're more at the forefront, aren't you, I guess. But
it's an unfortunate timing because you used to briefly have that with like grime, not to the same like level and stuff, but there were still some people. But I feel like the way music is now, thankfully, like the genres like drill and whatever are making it onto radio. So, do you know what I mean? So it's a positive thing in that sense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
I don't know, man. But yeah, I hope they continue fucking smashing it, because I just love it when good music's released. Yeah. It sounds fucking obvious, but like I feel like because the music industry is so overly saturated, so when you hear something fresh, it's the best thing, man. It's
exactly that. I feel like that's one of the main things, but I think a positive thing from that as well is like giving up the younger generation again with like drill, like an opportunity to actually make money and make a career out of it where they could be doing other things. And I think that's always the argument with drill, and we don't have to get into that, but yeah, I think there's a positive aspect there with that.
Yeah, mate.
Despite is again, without trying to get into it, despite some of the things they talk about and that, it's a tough one, isn't it?
That is the thing with life, though, isn't it? Like, I feel like so you can something cannot be for you, and this is just in general. People, you don't need to have an opinion on everything. Like sometimes it's okay just to be like, it's not for me. I don't understand it. That's okay. It's not. Yeah. It's not for me. But it's almost like if something isn't for someone, they've then got to push their agenda of, well, it's not for me. This look what it's doing to everyone. I'm like, well, you actually spoke it like if a kid was saying this is encouraging me to do bad things, then you'd be like, all right, cool, yeah, maybe you shouldn't listen to it. But if an adult who has nothing to do with that lifestyle, nothing to do with it, they can't relate to any of the lyrics or anything. They're not really the best played people to judge on if it's bad or in my opinion.
It's very true. Yeah, it is very true because, for example, like I listen to drill quite a lot. I'm not gonna lie, but for example, if I'm driving to the gym, I'm not gonna lie, it does get me a bit more aggressive. I'm more likely to flip the finger off if someone cuts me up and start hitting my horn if I'm listening to drill.
Pot of Paper says that. He says, I can't listen to drill, I'll catch something. Like he's saying,
I'll catch a body, I think he said. But it is very true. If I'm driving and stuff like that, I'm not gonna lie. And there's times when I think, you know what? I never thought, but maybe I should have a break from listening to this type of music.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Your blood pressure's through the roof, mate. It's through the roof.
But so yeah, I think it's very true. But like you said again, because I'm older, I'm not going to even do any of the things they're talking about, Ali. But it's just music for me to listen to. I enjoy it to some extent.
Yeah, of course, man.
Whereas younger people, they're kind of more influenced. They got people around them doing similar things.
This is the thing, though. I think like if something's emotive, like whether it's happy, sad, angry, fucking whatever. Emotive things are so important. So if you don't feel, like this is the problem with music I find sometimes. If I can't feel anything when I listen to it, then it's shit. So if drill music can cause an emotional reaction, whatever that emotional reaction is, then it's fucking art. That's the whole point of it. It's like if you look at something, if you're not, you've got to have like some emotional reaction to it. Even if you fucking hate it, that's still emotion and that's good. Like that's still art. You've got to feel something. The worst thing you can do, I think, is just make something where you're just like,
I think that kind of differentiates the people who like genuinely, I can't say genuinely, that's not right. I mean, that actually love music versus the people like will listen to music, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously yourself being like a lover of music and myself as well. Like I said, I wouldn't. Who was it? You said what's his name? His name's Rocky in real life. What's his name?
Rocky and
No.
Oh, Mike Righteous.
Mike Righteous. He was like listening to his album and like it was on one of his songs of the week, and he's great and he's talented. But if I deep that, I'm gonna be on a down. And that's a positive thing about music, because if you listen to upbeat music, I'm upbeat, and I do appreciate music to take in. But equally, because of that, I won't listen to certain music.
But this is my thing, right? And someone actually asked me, because I always post, it always seems like I post depressing music or whatever. And I was like, the thing that... So I don't know why, I love really fucking sad music. I don't know why it is. It's just I connect to it. I don't fucking get it. But it's because you can feel what's being said. That's true. So that's why I enjoy it so much. It's not to do with the fact of, so if a song's really fucking depressing, it's like, I hate everyone. I don't personally hate everyone, but I can feel what that. But it's like when you watch a film, like if you watch like fucking, I don't know, like an action film, or you watch like or a fucking, I'm trying to think of.
I was thinking,
I'm trying to think of an example.
An action song. I'm not going to start kicking off doors like fucking Rambo.
Yeah, maybe that's a bad example, but no. Good to the chopper.
I'm trying to be more aggressive. Sorry, mate. I've done the rounds with Rocky last night. You know.
That's such a bad example. But if you listen to if you watch a sad film, so I'm
it's going to get you in
I'm gonna make a confession. I watched The Greatest Showman yesterday, right? Not my proudest moment.
Not a bit of me, but it is what it is.
It wasn't a bit of me either. But watch Greatest Showman, right? Now, this, if you haven't seen it, it's about a fucking guy creates a circus, and it's like kind of a freak show, and then he tries to transform it into something more than a freak show. My point is, I have no emotional connection to the fucking circus or any of this. But when you're watching the film, you're engulfed in the film. I'm trying to use this as the best example. What I'm saying is that you're watching that, something happens to the circus, you naturally, because you're watching it unfold on the screen, you go, fuck, the circus, it's on fire. Like, you panic. Whereas I'm saying, I feel the same thing when I listen to music. I feel like sometimes it's like stories. And that's why I've always loved lyrics. It's like, if you're listening to a song and they're telling a story about how they feel, you don't have to be feeling that yourself. But that doesn't mean you can't enjoy the music for what it is, because you're connecting to their story.
It's very true. And
that's fucking... I fucking...
Nah, you articulated that well. But I feel like a kind of simple way of saying that as well is we relate to people at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's a strong point of an actor or an actress. Obviously, they've got to build a character, so you've got to relate to that character. And it's the same with music. For example, if I'm rapping about something that I've never experienced, I've got no relation to it, it's probably going to show in my music. Do you know what I mean? Whereas there's an artist that you listen to quite a bit as well. Is what's his name? Boogie?
Boogie, yeah. He's changed his name to West Side Boogie now.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that song called Tired, I know that you like as well. Yeah. And I like Reflections as well. Like, there's some... But a lot of it's relatable as well. Do you know what I mean? So that's
what I'm saying. It's like, it's when you're just hearing, like, I'd say thing, like, you listen some drill, for example. There'll be some drill songs I like. I've never fucking done any of the stuff in these drill songs, but you listen to it, you get pumped up and you feel like you enjoy it. That's not because I relate to the songs, but yeah, I just feel like, especially with sad music, I always fucking connect. I just connect to it weirdly. I'm like a weirdo like that. I remember getting a call. Someone called me and they're like, this was like during the last lockdown. And I must have posted a Dizzy Rascal song.
I think I remember,
I posted this
from Boy in the Corner.
Yeah, Boy in the Corner, and it was their last song, Do It, and basically he drops a line about if I had the guts to end it all, I believe I would, or something like that. So I posted this thing. I didn't really think of it. I just posted because it was just talk about, like, it was just start a song. But yeah, someone called me and go, "Are you right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." They're like, "Oh, you just posted a song about, like, I just want to make sure." I was like, "No." I was like, "I promise you, if I was feeling like that, I wouldn't post a song like I would. I wouldn't post a song like that.
Publicly like that.
I wouldn't do it like that now." And I was like, "No, I appreciate you calling." I don't know why I'm making it like it was my dad that called me. I don't know why I'm making it like somebody called me. But yeah, my dad called me because he saw it and he goes, "Oh, like,
that's good.
Yeah, you're just checking you're right because of that." And I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "Dad, I promise you, like, I wouldn't be posting that. I really wouldn't if I felt that way."
Yeah.
But it's easy to, I guess, get.
That's good.
I was down a fucking rabbit hole there.
No, that's all right. I was going to say something, but my mind's gone.
Do you know the one thing? I've mentioned it to you earlier is about this fucking Facebook memory stuff.
Oh shit,
mate! I don't.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Mate, it's fucking weird. Do you? I just find it so odd looking because it obviously it doesn't just show like this on. You've used Facebook memories, haven't you?
I don't think you use it. I think it just
it comes up. Yeah, but what I mean is that it obviously says on this day on the past. So however, I had Facebook like back in 2008, and I was like an avid poster like back in 2008, 2009, all this stuff. Fucking hell. Looking back at some of the shit I was writing, it's cringe as fuck, man. I don't understand like what was going on in my brain when I'm writing, because I'm reading some of it. I would love to. I should have brought some examples to fucking laugh at.
So should I.
But mate, it's fucking. Mate, next if you see any next time we come in, we'll like share some. But yeah, it's just fucking cringe, and it does make you think like. Because I remember being like 18, 19, 20, and I remember thinking I knew everything. I remember thinking I've only got to get older because people don't take me serious now because I'm not older. But when I'm older, I'll have the same knowledge. But do you know what I mean? I just thought it was literally I knew everything I needed to know, but I need to get older for other people to take me serious.
That's it. That makes sense.
What fucking bollocks was that? I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, and obviously back then I was just doing the motorsport and stuff. Seeing some of the posts about this motorsport, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Mate, I don't have a clue.
Were you trying to give like
one of them was like,
mate,
I'm like 19 years old, and I'm like, you know, when I make this racing dream a reality, I'll remember who followed. I'll remember who supported me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, why would anyone care about my race? Like, now it's like, why would anyone give a fuck about my race? Like, that doesn't mean someone doesn't believe in you because they don't fucking suck your cock about it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, you're just on your journey. But in this, but there's loads of posts like that where it's almost like you can tell I've got a massive chip on my shoulder, where I just feel like maybe I'm not getting supported enough.
Yeah.
And it's like me, like...
You're young, isn't you, man?
It's fucking stupid.
I've got a lot of shit where it's like, I'm talking younger though, and it gives me... Like, I deleted a lot of it. I wish I didn't.
I'd delete any cringe.
It was just a typical, only God can judge me and all that stuff. Fuck bitches, get money. I'm not making this up. It's just general stuff like that. And it was all like... I don't know if you ever done this, but you used to spell it in like slang. Like if you say like, you said L-Y-K.
L-Y-K, yeah.
If you said that, you'd say D-A-T.
Yeah.
And even I-Z as is.
Or anyone, there was N-E-1.
Yeah, I was just... Or even like here, it was like E-R-E. It was real. It was bad. It's like but yeah, I was really out there with that. But
it's just funny to write though, like however old you are when you wrote that, just fuck bitches get money. 18 years old, just
I wasn't even 18. Well, I'm talking about 15 16
years old, right? Fuck bitches get money.
I was a virgin. What was I doing?
Mate, that's what I was saying. I was reading them, and it's just like, even like some of the posts, it's obviously I've like had a night out, but I've got to announce, I was like, fucking hell, lads had a leery one, can't believe that guy had a fucking...
normal though,
but then when you're reading it, I'm just like, because I can't remember the night, so I'm reading it as if I was someone, do you know what I mean? If I wasn't part of that night, I'm reading it as someone who has no idea what's going on. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, who is that post for? Do you know what I mean? You're not giving any information. You're just like...
I feel like even our age, like I say our age as in both of us, like you may not do it. I do it still to this day. Like I can post something from like a year or two ago and I cringe at it. Mate. Like I must have posted something, I'm turning 27 Thursday, when I was probably about 22, 23. And what I was like doing, I was in the gym, Why was I posting this video? Listen, I was in the gym hitting combos on the Punchbag. Listen, it gets worse. With no gloves or nothing on, just bare knuckle. And you know me. Bare knuckle. Just
imagine, that's fucking horrible.
Throwing combos. But, you know me, mate. My mobility is terrible. I'm like an old man. I've obviously got bad knee, and I can barely lift my leg up. And like while I'm throwing these combos, I just try and attempt that roundhouse kick, and my leg comes up like below my waist, and then I'm like, I think I posted something like, I can't wait to start MMA training.
Ready to take it all on.
I swear to you. But the thing that makes I had people like egging me on, like, oh yeah, you look good, man. Have you done boxing before and all this?
Mate, bare knuckle in a punch bag's fucking
I was having it large. I was throwing elbows and all sorts.
I'm picturing if I see anyone punching a punch bag barehanded, that's fucking... I wish you would have kept that. That's fucking... That would have been fucking lit. I had just picturing that.
I look naughty, man.
Fucking little fucking...
Can't wait to start MMA training. But then I've done it again, like not even that old, like... People that have got my social media, maybe the people that unfollow me is because they think this guy's fucking cringe.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
I do it. I can't help it, man. And I'm still prone to doing a cringe thing here and there.
No, mate, no, there's nothing like... It's just part of life.
Yeah.
Like, I still do cringe things, but I remember there's a chunk of posts, and it still is ongoing now. Like, I'm in a phase of where you can see like every day. But when I first started doing the presidential clothing stuff, I went on to it's 2015, so six years ago. And I'm really like pro supporting everyone because I was doing my own thing. Yeah. It was almost like I was like, I've got to get on my soapbox and praise everyone. And in the most cringe posts, I'm like, I'm just writing stuff. So I would have, like one of them, I'd bought a t-shirt, like someone else was doing a t-shirt thing. And I bought the t-shirt, and it's like a selfie of me wearing the t-shirt. And I've written a post being like, you know, 90s is a fantastic product. You know, when you're buying from people and you know they've put their blood, they put their sweat, they put their tears into it. I can relate to that, and I know what it takes. So, you know, me buying this, I'm not just buying the t-shirt, I'm buying that person's hard work. And I'm like, reading it, like, this is fucking intense. I've just bought a £10 t-shirt from someone, and I'm writing...
Did you know him?
Yeah, I know him, but it's like, that's what I'm saying, but you're writing it... What I'm saying is that you do something nice. Back then, I realised it was just me being mad insecure and feeling like I needed to support everyone else because I didn't know it. But my point is that the stuff I'm writing is that everything I'm putting, it's like I'm over the top being like
nice and
it's like
pushing for their
even like I was like, you know, nothing makes me happier than seeing people just working hard and making their dreams come true. And that is all.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that is 100% how I feel.
Yeah.
Writing it in a Facebook status with like hashtags like just fucking cringe as fuck.
Sounding like you're part of a pyramid scheme.
Yeah, it sounds. Yeah, it just sound. When I'm reading them back now, not I'm cringe.
Plus.
I'm selling fucking the cryptocurrency and all sorts. Mate. I'm selling change your body in 28 days transformations. I'm selling all sorts, but yeah, it's just really cringe. And I just look back in, I'm like, it's mad how that was 2015, 6 years. It's mad how much can change in like 6 years. In my opinion, isn't a big gap of time.
Yeah, but even 2 years, man. I think people don't really...
Yeah, you're fucking Bareknuckle in a fucking bag.
Hey?
Was it 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah. No, not 2 years ago. Give me some credit. I think I was probably about 22. Just got back from Zante, so I was feeling a bit dangerous.
I would give anything to see that video. That just creeps.
I wish I didn't.
I just find it funny when anyone punches because it hurts, mate. Like you'll know from fucking doing it. Punching a punch bag if it's like a liver on your skin.
Not to sound like I am a bit solid in that. To be fair, people know me. It's a bit when it gets on top.
Yeah, I've got no problem going toe to toe with a fucking punch bag.
I punch bare knuckle. You know what I mean? Leather. I love leather on my fists.
Punched walls, fucking filing cabinets, punch bags, bare knuckle. Don't fucking give a shit.
Almost punched my mum once. But I think your knuckles get a bit conditioned to it. They look a bit crusty, but I think they get conditioned to it.
The fact now you're telling me, you're like, yeah, you know, I had to train my knuckles. I had to get them prepared for like, you know, the punch bag. I wasn't born ready to punch.
I was watching the Ultimate Fighter trilogy set. I was watching the seasons back to back. I was on my shit, man. But there's a video of me again. Oh my god, it goes on. It was on Snapchat when I was young. It was Snapchat as well, around the same age. Mate. And again, hitting combos in the gym, and I hashtagged it Ninja Life. but the video, I think I might have sent it to you before. The video is when I tore my ligaments and my meniscus. Why I had surgery. It's on video. I'm throwing a combo again, thinking I'm absolutely deadly, and then tried to kick it again, which I can't to do save my life. And yeah, just snapped my ligaments. And I just sat straight down. And...
Mate, you got some problems with these punch bags, haven't you? You're not letting them up. You're not fucking giving them a break.
I still, when I go into the gym, I do eye them up from time to time. You know your place.
They're still fucking hardened. They're still fucking... these are still fucking ready whenever you want it.
I'm not... To be fair, like nowadays, I wouldn't be embarrassed to use the punch bag, but I'd use gloves.
Yeah, 100% you should be using gloves.
And wrist wraps.
Mate, and regardless of if you've conditioned your knuckles, you should not be punching a punch bag. Nothing fucking...
But yeah, but I think there's a bit of embarrassment with it, isn't there? Where some guys like to do a workout and hit the punch bag. You have to have a little bit... You have to have some balls to do it. Because if you're not a boxer, you know people are watching to see what
this
you can do.
This is the thing, mate. You do, like, without... Like, I fucking post videos of me skipping, and I'm not ashamed of them. But
I've done that.
But I feel like if you skip, if you do anything that isn't a standard exercise, you run the risk of looking like a bit of a prick. Like, so when I skip, I'm aware that I probably look like a bit of a prick.
Nah.
But even with punching a punch bag, it's the same thing in it. Because if you're just, I've seen people and they have no coordination. They're literally just trying to fucking swing the biggest haymaker. And it's just fucking like what you're literally going on there not to do an exercise. You're going on there just to fucking try and...
I've been an absolute knob in gyms before, man. Actually, it's not a knob, but when we were doing boxing and that, I've got like the old dumbbells and I was...
I've done that as well. I've done that, yeah. But that's different. No, because if you like, obviously when we're doing boxing, that was different. So when I was training in the gym, I was trying to do exercises which
relate to
boxing.
Yeah.
So I was like doing the whole fucking. I'm seeing it like I'm a fucking athlete. I'm not fucking. But then when you got the bar and you're going that, and we had like the fucking medicine ball and pumping it outwards, like trying to do different stuff to kind of give like
let everyone know that you're an athlete.
Yeah, let them know. And I had like a big write on there saying I am a boxer. I was just shadow boxing.
It was a string of X.
Just shadow boxing in the fucking mirror. Yeah. All sorts, mate. But yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Anything that's out of the norm, you run the risk. Like if
Yeah.
the thing is that I'm not very athletic, so whenever I try to do anything that isn't out of the norm, it's not like I'm doing it well. I'm doing it very fucking shit.
Yeah.
So I look stupid. Like I think that like just it's just
Like,
fucking...
your skipping's actually on point, to be fair. But I've seen someone doing skipping before, again with the gym videos of like.
They're 2-footed.
They squat and like they don't go down. But they were doing skipping, and literally, when you jump really high in the air, literally, and then the one after the other, you kind of hop over it.
Mate. It creases me because like don't get me wrong, like, I love skipping. Like I prefer it to running. I hate running. But when you see some people skipping, and I know it's not. I'm not trying to say like it's cool to skip or anything. Or I'm not trying to act like anyone can't do it. Yeah, I'm saying you should definitely skip. It's good for cardio.
Show me levels.
Yeah, like I've got a rope here. I don't mind just skipping it. I'll use this fucking cable if I do. No, I'm fucking skipping it. But no, but when the people who can't skip, but they're they're doing the 2-footed like hop. And they're just like all over the gaff. Just don't.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do it in the gym, like no one's gonna. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna laugh at you as long as you don't record yourself and then put it on social media.
We won't do it. We just fucking come on air and just fucking mug you off.
And tell everyone your name and your like tag.
Tell you the gym, the time you were there, the outfit you were wearing. We've got footage to go along the fucking podcast. Put it all. But,
shit.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got nothing else to talk about now.
Yeah, man, I feel like we kind of finished everything. I felt like I spent like this whole time like thinking of something and then it going blank, but it's been great.
I was spending this whole episode thinking about what to talk about, and I got to the end and
I realised
I've
been autopilot talking the whole time while I'm trying to find something in my brain.
I don't know why. I don't want to get into a deep thing of it now, but from this, I feel like I've become so much more serious since this last lockdown. Like this last segment's been quite enjoyable because I feel like I've just been fucking really serious. I've been really deep and I've been really
likewise, man. Like I've been very erratic and just rambling on, man. But I've been spaced out, like I said to you. Yeah. But again, man, it's the lockdown for you, innit? It
is, but I feel like we've kind of come out of it for long enough now, and I'm a bit like I need to. I don't know why it is. I'm not sure if anyone else has the same thing. I just feel like I've been really fucking serious. I don't know why. I just I've been really fucking just. Really...
Yeah, I think that's why I took a week off of work as well, because it got to a point where I was like. If you think about it, we've been obviously locked up for God knows how long. You usually have like your holiday, you go abroad and that within a year, but you've not had any of that. You skip through everything. And I was like, I don't want to have holiday because I'm going to waste it. But the reality is, I was like, I need a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I heard, so my mum works from home. Obviously, I'm moving out, thankfully, in a couple of weeks. So, yeah. But, like there's something called like WebEx Teams. It's like similar to Skype. And she has it as well. And I have it for my work. And like it was ringing, like makes a noise. And I was like panicking, like what? Someone's calling me. And I remembered like I'm off work, and it was just such a relief. Like, and then I realised, damn, I needed it. You know what I mean?
Do you ever have that in the morning when you realise you don't have work and you panic, you think you're running late, and you realise you're like, that's the best time to go back to sleep.
It is indeed, but I think for me as well, it was so much like that because I said to you before, like I work from my bedroom, and there's been times when I've not left the house. It's so unhealthy.
Yes.
So naturally, like I'm literally working in my bedroom and obviously living in the bedroom. So it's like you can't differentiate. And
man, that's so tough. That is so tough. That's what I mean. I'm glad we're coming out the other side of it now. I'm like really glad. But I've said like the one thing I want to try to do is try to do more recreational stuff with friends that doesn't involve alcohol. I know it sounds really fucking stupid, but I feel I had this conversation with my friends. I feel like it's constant. It's like you just go and get drunk, and then the thing is that you end up getting blackout, can't remember shit, and then it's like, but then you don't really have any
pockets empty.
Yeah, you spend all your money, and and you kind of realise that you don't spend like time with people, like the people you care about.
It's very true, man.
Like doing anything that's actually,
and that's what I'm about as well. Obviously, I'm not a big drinker. Despite us drinking almost every episode, I'm not a big drinker. but yeah, I'm very much more. Like, I think as I've got older as well, not like it's a sign of maturity, but I ain't got time for drinking that much. You know what I mean? Obviously, we got to conquer Mount Everest.
Yeah, Snowdon.
Snowdon. I'm talking about Mount Everest.
I'll do I'll do Mount Everest. I'll fucking do all the Everest. I'll do all the mounts.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm on that now.
But yeah, I just really want to like try and like because before lockdown happened, obviously we were going to go to New York. We had Snowdon, obviously booked. We had we just planned to do shit. So yeah, I've just said to myself, I really want to try not to do too much stuff. Like I'm not saying I don't want to drink, because I just fucking love a drink, but I just don't want all my plans to revolve around.
Yeah, exactly that.
It's like, mate, it's not that I'm like even bored of it. I love drinking, so I'm always good. But it's like
you're not going to remember all those times you went out drinking,
mate. And that's what reminds me of the Facebook memory stuff. Is that you look back at it, and I've had all these nights out and all these fucking things and all these times. I can't remember any of them. I'm reading these posts of I've clearly had a great night. I can't remember, as I don't have any recollection of it. I'm like, but when you go do something distinctive,
that's it.
Like punch a punch bag with fucking bare knuckles,
then break your knee up on it.
Yeah, you remember it. And it's like, and their memories and their stories. And I feel like maybe that will make shit less serious. Maybe like you'll have more. Oh, guess what I did the other day? I went to climb.
Yeah, I think like I don't even know. It doesn't necessarily have to be like some form of achievement, but it's something like I like enjoying like going to see like new places and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I took my son out to like I think it's called Urchester Woods. That's a country park. And I heard a lot of nice things about it, and I was like, yeah, really looking forward to turn up. So many kids, and you couldn't breathe, man. And like, as a parent, you become so protective, and there was just so many people, and obviously it was just me and him.
Yeah.
So obviously I had to keep like a hawk, just watching him. And as he was like going up like one of the like huts or whatever, like story huts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a kid, it must have been about 12 or 13, like put his foot like over the bit where he tries to like get up the ladder because the kid couldn't see me. And I was like, what are you doing?
You started shadowboxing.
I was like, what are you doing? And he was like, I was like, don't do that. And then he ran off and he, I think he was going to run to his parents. I was thinking, I might have to wrestle someone, dad in his playground. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, that day was a bit of a shambles, but he got covered in sand and had a good time, so that's what it's about. But that went so far off topic, didn't it?
You were literally like, oh yeah, some 13-year-old come, nearly had a scrap with him. He ran to his parents. I was willing to scrap them, but they didn't come. But the sand was nice.
Maybe they took one look at me. Maybe they knew it was me. Maybe thought, I don't want a piece of that, man.
Like,
I've seen him on Facebook.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's that ninja.
There's a viral video of that bloke, isn't there?
He's that ninja, I swear.
I don't want that ninja time from him, man.
Fucking hell. All right, man. Let's fucking wrap this shit up. Do you want to start with?
Yes. So I know this guy briefly. I know you're a big fan of him as well, so I'm sure you can chime in a little bit. But Sam Henshaw, the song is called Still Broke. Now, I thought that the topic was, the concept even was quite basic in a sense where he's got all these things around him, but yet the reality is he still feels broke. Is that the concept of it? Yeah.
So, but no, I was just saying because obviously he had a song that released a few years ago, which was called Broke, and it was him talking about actually being broke. Yeah, so that's the thing. It isn't like that deep of a thing, but yeah, Sam Henshaw, as you said,
is the concept that though? Of I look too much into it.
What? Yeah, he's talking about like obviously he's got this shit, but you
still feel broke.
That's what I thought. But it's just like that's why I like the fact it's called Still Broke because he had that song called Broke, and it literally the video is him like he talks about like splitting up with his girlfriend, losing his job at Five Guys. I feel that's when he was almost like on the come up of a broke musician trying to make it, and now he's
was that legit? Like Five Guys and stuff.
So he says again, I don't know how I'm going if I'm going off the song and he's telling the truth, then he says he got sacked at Five Guys and his girlfriend saying that like you're a fucking like whatever, and the whole video is him like on a sofa surrounded by like fucking takeaways and mess and everything, and the video's really cool. So then when he did this song, it was like sick because it's called Still Broke. Like
the video's great as well.
Yeah,
video's great. But yeah, Sam Henshaw, Still Broke. Check it out.
Trying to find love inside a paycheck. Don't know what happened, always paid debts. And now I'm some guy that I don't know. Days spent trying to make some more so I can pay less. Didn't even focus on my interests. Just waiting for my girl to call. Oh, but I don't have a girlfriend. We broke up on the weekend. Said I kept on repeating all my faults and flaws. Don't got no options lately, that's how it looks so far. Should've woken up, thought fate would save me from my wrongs. There's still empty parts, and I guess I'm still broke. Guess I'm still broke. I ain't never won. cash if I could not take it back, but I guess I'm still broke.
Big song.
Bringing in the summer vibes.
Yeah, I love that tune.
If it was appropriate.
Big. All right. Before we play last one, as always, thank you for listening. If you have listened this far,
very much appreciated. As always, like it, tell somebody to listen. I messed that bit up.
Yeah. Hey, just fucking.
You know what I'm saying.
If you've made it this far, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And yeah, if there's anything you want us to fucking talk about, sometimes we don't really have fuck all to say, but I guess I feel like we like have. I feel like if we had things to talk about, we would have things to talk about. I'm just being like, if someone had topics, I feel like we would talk.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, like if someone no, it doesn't make sense in some way. I mean, if someone listens to this quite frequently or just happens to listen, but they've got an idea, I mean, we're happy to talk about it. Or
yeah, and if anyone actually wants to come talk, like chop it up, we're like really open to.
Yeah, you don't have to have a specific.
You don't have to be. You don't have to be Lloyd, all right?
Yeah.
I'll put it out there.
I know you set the bar.
You don't have to walk. You don't have to walk with people, all right? You can just come on here, all right? If you want to walk, I'll walk.
All right? Maybe we could find you someone to go on walks with, man. Yeah. Maybe that's the next go-to.
This is my point. No one's fucking. I don't know how many guests we've had on here. We've had I think me and you've only had 2, haven't we? I had one with. We had 5. No one's asked me.
We had Ash and we had Lloyd. But to be fair though, he said to me after, like when I dropped him off, he was like, "Don't tell Ben." No, I just mean like I'm so bitter about this walk. Yeah, he said to me, "Oh yeah, next time maybe invite Ben." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, so all right, so my energy's at the wrong person.
Nah, not at all, man, not at all.
All right, well, to wrap this up, this is a banger. I fucking love this song. So there's a guy by an artist called Sean C. Johnson. The song's called New Day. And I just really enjoy it. I don't really know too much about this artist. He's got a few songs, another song called Mountains. Yeah, he's sick. But yeah, this song is a banger. And I shall see you in a couple of weeks.
Until the next episode.
Check it out, man. Too many brothers laying dead in the street. Yeah. One of them brothers look just like me, yeah. One day we'll make it over. I don't fear no man. Only the one that tame my soul, and the change is coming. When I'm done, he'll take me home. The hand of the Lord all over me. I don't know what tomorrow brings. We raise the sun. It's a new day. It's a new day. I don't know what tomorrow brings. We raise the sun. The shotgun go bang, bang. bang in the street, Lord, keep your hand, my Lord, all over me. Shotgun go bang, bang in the street, Lord, keep your hand, 'cause it's a new day. Oh, one day we'll make it over, yeah. It's too much for even shoulders to bear. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. You say you love me, but you kill my friend, yeah. One day we'll make it over. I don't feel no man, only the one that saved my soul, and the change is coming. And when I'm down, it'll take me home. The hand of the Lord all over me. I don't know what tomorrow brings. We raise the sun, the shotgun go bang, bang, yeah, bang in the street. Lord, keep your hand, 'cause it's a new day. Oh, one day we'll make it over, yeah. It's too much for even shoulders to bear. I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. You say you love me, but you kill my friend, yeah. One day we'll make it over. I don't feel no man, only the one who saved my soul. Change is coming, done, he'll take me home. Hand of the Lord all over me. I don't know, but we raise the sun. It's a new day, it's a new day. I don't know, but we raise the sun. So tell Martin I had a dream. Tell Malcolm by any means.